Jeez, man.
The energy.
I'm telling you, by the my favorite day of the week is pretty much Fridays.
Leo.
Like I can't wait for Fridays.
Leo
Always.
At your top.
Just know right now I'm on the highway. And I heard that Monday could be a holiday.
It is.
It is.
And the other Friday
as well.
It is.
Oh my God. It's gonna be awesome. Yani, I just want to chill, just read and just just do what I have to do. You know my plans.
Hey, man, you wake up.
But also church. I'm a fan for church. Always, I can never miss church, man.
Yeah.
So now there's this big story about, of course, the quote-unquote abduction of Juja MP George Koimburi. The cops are saying, you get that story is fake, Maze. So now, the saga continues.
Yeah.
Apparently, Juja MP George Koimburi, George Koimburi's situation continues to deepen with the arrest and questioning of Kenyan MCA Grace Nduta, popularly known as Siri. I think it's Sweetie, but Siri.
Siri.
Siri. Yeah, like Siri girl. Now, Nduta was picked up by police officers at a restaurant in Kandara. It's alleged to have met she met with the embattled MP at the time when the latter was said to be missing. Now, the arrest of Siriga, this MCA, brings the number of people. The number to four suspects in police custody over the matter. So 4 guys have been arrested so far. Police have moved to court seeking 15 days to detain the 3 suspects to allow them to conclude investigations. Also, remember, guys, family, her friends and colleagues were very much disturbed for hours after she was taken away by unknown men. Now, Nduta's driver, who was last seen with the MCA, said, and I quote, "Mimi nilikuja nikimdrop lakini kwa hiyo harakati ya kutoka kama 100 meters kuna gari nilipita na nikaona hiyo gari imeteremsha vioo. Saa hiyo nikapiga mheshimiwa nikamwambia kuna gari nimeona hapo na imeteremsha kioo na wakaniangalia sana. Nikamwambia ajiangalie. Yani watch your back." Kukaa kidogo nikampigia simu lakini simu haikuingia. Now apparently Nduta's driver was just talking about how after he dropped Nduta at the restaurant, when he was leaving, he decided to call Nduta to tell Nduta that there was a gari kujaying with suspicious looking people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then he drove back. Now after apparently Nduta was after those guys came through, the guys in that weird gari, after they looked at him badly, he drove back only to confirm his worst fears. That's the driver. And the hotel management confirmed to him that his boss had been taken away. 3 men he had by the 3 men that he had earlier spotted and driven out of the premises in a half. Yeah, so the family, what I'm reading over here is that they're suspecting the MCA was arrested due to her close relations with the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Yeah. Police have so far confirmed the arrest of the MCA, saying she is currently being questioned over her close links to Koimburi. You understand? DCI, on the other hand, in a miscellaneous application filed in court, has requested to hold 3 other suspects arrested in connection with the alleged self-abduction of 15 days. The case will be heard on Friday today. What's your thought?
Very interesting because, as you said, she's being held because of the close relations.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, we would say. So, I mean, is she the one who told the police that Koimburi had been abducted? No.
Well, she didn't. But, you know what's so interesting? She, apparently, cops are saying that they found her with the Koimburi.
in the time when alikuwa abducted, quote unquote.
Yeah, she was in the company of this MP.
Do you think it is politically influenced, Ama? Do you think maybe her and Koimburi have a very close relation?
So allow me to speculate. I have to imagine what happened. Obviously, the investigations are going down.
They are.
I want to look at it in 2 ways.
Yeah.
If at all this guy actually faked his abduction, then the only reason he would do that is because also they were saying that he had a lot of cases in court. Mara's used to this for faking certificates.
The certificate saga.
The CDF saga. Yeah. Some corruption manenos. So if I was in his position, the reason I would fake an abduction is to gain some sort of time to sort out my cases, and also to gain some sort of sympathy from the people.
I would actually, that was my one.
And also to politicize the matter.
Yes.
To say that, it's just because I'm associated with Gachagua.
Yeah. Because now Gachagua.
Court of public opinion. You want to sway the public's opinion.
Correct.
On the other hand, let's face it, guys have been abducted in this country, especially because you have differing opinions.
Yes.
Yeah. If you say some things that make the government look bad, and chances are high the state will probably. The way may I understand this cover?
Inakukujia,
they come for you in one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You do not justify.
Yeah. You can't justify. Yeah, you can't make them look bad.
Apana hawezekani.
Is it likely though that Gava abducted him? I don't think so.
Is it likely that the MCA and Mheshimiwa were somewhere in those areas spending some time together?
I don't think they were in a romantic situation though.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, man. I think they're just allies.
Let me go to X. Unajua X ndio msema kweli. Na uko X ninaona wanasema they had relationships.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, well, we're looking at all possible angles.
But anyway, these politicians date each other. So that's not even a big deal.
It's disgusting mchanganyiko. So it's what if this guy was just spending time with someone else? I'll not say the MCA, someone else like me, Wamzi, and just to now akaona, let's maximize on this whole thing, whereby he will hopefully end up, first of all, maybe his family not knowing what he was doing. By family, I mean wife, obviously. And then at the same time, as you are saying, some sympathy from the public, based on the political, how do I say it, temperatures that are there, whereby if you defy, unapotea tu, unakuwa abducted. Again, was it taking advantage? Is that the secondary reason? What is the primary reason? Could it have been that, he was out there?
May I think it's because DCI were compiling a case
in regards to that story yake forging the papers.
Forging papers, and of course mambo ya CDF.
Yeah, and considering just a few days ago, or in the last 1-2 weeks, the ethics and has been on this guys in regards to papers.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, if someone even from the ESCC was hosted by the Situation Room in regards to that story of people faking papers. So maybe he could have actually been. Yeah,
I believe that. I believe that. Let me tell you something, Wams. Yeah, I don't think. Aside from whatever happened, and I'm not blaming anyone. Of course, that matter is still being investigated.
Yes.
And I think even the police. I'm basically talking to you about referring to this story for the Kasipul MP.
Yes.
The late who was killed on a drive-by.
Yeah.
Aside from that one, that was a special situation. We hardly ever see Gava, especially Ruto's government, going hard on MPs. Aside from the governor Natembea.
Yeah.
We've not seen anything crazy happen, especially opposition MPs.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think the government gains anything from abducting. Or anybody, I'm not saying even Gava.
Yeah.
From abducting the MP. Like, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, he's a small fry.
You don't see any motivation for anyone to do that?
Nah, I don't see. I just don't feel like, Gava, I don't think they would narrow it down to just him. Like, who's he?
So when we say that, maybe he abducted himself.
It's not even a principle. It's not a principle.
He's irrelevant, son.
Yeah,
I mean.
Yeah.
Hannah, there's no
reason.
Weight. Yeah.
There's nothing the powers that be would gain from abducting a guy like that.
So, if that is the case, Kev, why do you people anasema aliji abduct? I don't know how that, but why would he do it to himself?
Because this is what politicians do.
For sympathy and all that. Mileage, political mileage.
Wams, you're in this Nairobi.
Yeah.
You're smart. I've known you for a very good time. You're smart. Please don't believe the hype.
Haki.
Please don't buy the hype.
Wamzi, do
you
not.
Know politicians.
Yeah.
I'm not insinuating anything.
Strategy yake maybe.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if we find out eventually after the investigations are concluded that this thing was actually fake.
Staged.
It was staged, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel it, man. And I don't know. It's very strange. I don't.
We wish him well. Is he still in hospital?
I'm not so sure. I need to clarify my facts, but I think he's still in hospital.
We wish him well. And we cannot wait for his story to pay results.
Yeah.
Ali abductiwa na nani ama ni aliji abduct? What was the reason?
Yeah.
And also now where this the MCA and everyone else, the other 3 people who are involved, you know what part they had to play in it.
Exactly. Guys, if you're listening to us, what are your thoughts, man? Do you think the Juja MP George Koimburi, do you think he actually staged this whole thing? Ama you think, pana Kev, this gava, pana really muendea. Is that the case? 0719012600 #SpiceDrive. It's Kevin and Whams right now, 19 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's see what's happening on the roads,
Traffic.
All right, so from what I'm seeing on the maps, traffic is already building up in several roads across the city. I'm seeing on Ladis Road as you're getting into Jogorod, brake lights manenos, but it's good after that. All the way to Makadara as well, I'm seeing there's a bit of a snarl up, but it's nothing much. And then if you are on where is this?